Do you struggle with negative emotions like anger, fear, or sadness? Have you ever felt overwhelmed by your emotional responses, unsure how to navigate through them in a healthy and mindful way? If so, you're not alone. These emotional storms are part of the human condition, yet most of us were never taught how to truly understand or work with them. In this long-form exploration, we will dive deeply into Buddhist wisdom to understand not only the roots of these challenging emotions, but also how we can embrace and transform them. This video is not about suppression or avoidance. It's about liberation. Through the insights of the Buddha and personal reflection, we will uncover a powerful truth that even our darkest emotions can be gateways to peace, compassion, and self-realization. Let us begin. Understanding the nature of emotions in Buddhism. In Buddhist psychology, emotions are not categorized as good or bad. They are seen as natural energies arising from our interactions with the world. However, our suffering arises not from the emotions themselves, but from our relationship with them. We tend to resist or cling, resist pain, cling to pleasure. This basic movement of the mind, known as attachment and aversion, is described in the second noble truth as the root of suffering, tanha or craving. Emotions become problematic when they solidify into habits, controlling how we think, speak, and act. For example, anger is not evil, but when unexamined, it can lead to harmful speech, broken relationships, or even violence. Fear is not wrong, but when we let it dominate us, it paralyzes growth. The Buddha didn't teach us to eliminate emotions, but to bring awareness to them, to understand them, and to cultivate skillful responses instead of reactive ones. The first noble truth reminds us suffering exists. Emotions are part of this. When we deny or suppress them, we only deepen our inner turmoil. Acceptance becomes the first act of freedom. Radical acceptance, meeting emotions without judgment. Imagine sitting beside a flowing river. Each leaf that floats by is an emotion: grief, joy, frustration, anxiety. Most of us, when facing pain, try to push the leaves back upstream. We want control. But Buddhism invites us to sit beside the river and watch. This watching is not passive, it's awareness, and it is deeply empowering. The practice of radical acceptance means meeting each emotion without trying to change it. You don't need to enjoy fear, but you can allow fear to exist, to speak, to pass. You don't have to act on anger, but you can listen to it, understand its message, and then choose. Emotions, when seen clearly, are teachers. Anger might point to a violated boundary. Sadness may signal a need for healing. Fear might indicate where courage is being called forth. But we cannot hear these messages if we are too busy judging ourselves for feeling them. Mindfulness, the sacred art of witnessing. Mindfulness, sati, is the foundation of Buddhist practice and one of the most transformative tools for emotional healing. It is the practice of paying attention on purpose in the present moment and without judgment. When emotions arise, pause, take a breath, label, gently say, "This is sadness," or "This is frustration." Observe, notice where it lives in the body. Allow, give the emotion space. This process rewires our relationship to emotion. Instead of being caught in a wave, we become the ocean. Instead of drowning, we learn to float. Through mindfulness, we become free, not because the emotion disappears, but because we no longer identify with it. The thought, "I am worthless," becomes a thought of worthlessness is arising. This subtle shift opens a new world. Self-compassion, softening the inner critic. Many of us have harsh inner voices that punish us for feeling weak, sad, angry, or afraid. But these inner critics are not wise teachers. They are echoes of fear, trauma, and cultural conditioning. The Buddha taught karuna, compassion, as an essential path to awakening, and that compassion must begin with the self. A simple self-compassion practice. Place your hand on your heart. Say, "This is a moment of suffering. May I be kind to myself." This may feel awkward at first, but it is revolutionary. When we treat ourselves with the same kindness we'd offer a child or a dear friend, we begin to heal not only the current emotion, but the lifelong wounds beneath it. Reframing negative emotions. As teachers, in Buddhism, the lotus is the ultimate symbol of beauty rising from mud. Similarly, every negative emotion is mud and potential. Anger reveals where boundaries are needed. Fear shows us what matters deeply to us. Sadness deepens our empathy. Jealousy points to unacknowledged desires. When we sit with these emotions, inquire into them, and allow them space, they often shift into insight. What was once a burden becomes a doorway. As the Buddha said, every experience, no matter how difficult, has within it a seed of awakening. Daily practices for emotional resilience. To transform emotions, we must engage with them regularly. Here are 7 practices rooted in Buddhist tradition. Mindful breathing. Anchor in the breath for 5 minutes when emotion arises. Journaling. Write your thoughts and trace emotional triggers. Loving kindness. Meditation. Send good wishes to yourself and others. Mindful walking. Let nature remind you of impermanence. Gratitude. Reflection. Focus on abundance, not lack. Digital detox. Reduce mental clutter. Seek spiritual community. Sangha. Don't walk this path alone. The Noble Eightfold Path as emotional guide. The Buddha's Eightfold Path isn't just philosophy. It's a map for daily life, especially emotional life. Right view. Understand emotions as impermanent and not self. Right intention. Cultivate love and renounce harm. Right speech. Speak kindly, especially to yourself. Right action. Act from compassion, not reactivity. Right livelihood. Work that supports inner peace. Right effort. Abandon unwholesome states, cultivate wholesome ones. Right mindfulness. Be fully aware of feelings. Right concentration. Deepen meditation for clarity. Through this path, we integrate wisdom and compassion into every area of our emotional life. Conclusion. From struggle to liberation, negative emotions are not enemies. They are messengers. They show us what needs attention, what needs healing, and what matters most. By applying Buddhist teachings, radical acceptance, mindfulness, compassion, non-attachment, and the Eightfold Path, we discover a revolutionary truth. That which once overwhelmed us can become our path to awakening. If you found value in this teaching, subscribe to the Enlightened Mind and share this journey with others. Let's create a world where no one is ashamed of their emotions, but sees them as part of the sacred path. Until next time, may you be peaceful, may you be free, and may your heart awaken to its deepest wisdom